Guys, hello again. Chris here. We're going to do another BrowserBox install and uninstall video. Very interesting stuff today. This is part 2 of our big install saga video where we're installing onto a bunch of different systems. I think in part 1 we showed you, well, at least we showed you Parallels, and then the disk space ran out on this little MacBook Air. And so basically I had to delete the Parallels virtual machine, which is like 50 gigabytes now, to free up some space. Now we're going to show you the Fedora. And this is the first time we've ever tried an install on Fedora, to be honest. Like, we've done RHEL. I think we showed you macOS before Parallels, right? Nothing. It was all local so far. And then, so we're going to do Fedora again local. And after that, we're going to be doing some cloud machines. So some actual remote browsing machines. So Windows Server, probably Ubuntu, probably Red Hat as well. Okay, so let's get started into it with the Fedora. Let me just check get on the mobile hotspot here. Let me check how the, it's update day for macOS today, because there's a new security vulnerability regarding permissions, and so I just updated the macOS, and you should probably update your iOS as well. I'll just check if our mobile hotspot's going to be stable this whole time. Yeah, it's still preparing the update, so hopefully it's not just going to restart in the middle of everything. But anyway, if it does, we're still going to have the video. We'll just lose whatever public internet access we get. So start the Fedora up. So this is essentially a clean Fedora. I think I attempted to install BrowserBox in there the other day, but it was missing some dependencies, so I had to add that to the release. So now this is try number 2 on Fedora. It's funny that I've never tried on Fedora before, because BrowserBox has been around for years, but I have installed it on Red Hat, CentOS, Alma, maybe Arch, and a bunch of other Linuxes. So hopefully it's just going to work fine. So the install mantra that you actually want to get for any system that's not Windows is you want to do this: bbx.sh.dosego.com install. So basically you're pulling the script from our server, and then you're passing it to bash, and you're passing in the install thing. Hopefully this is all good. And I'm going to need a license key here as well, I think. So let's pull up our license key that we prepared earlier. I think it's down here it's saved in our macOS version from part 1 of the video. We can pull it up with BBX Certify. I think this is our license key here. So this product key, for the purpose of the video, it's just going to exist for 12 hours. So by the time the video's up and people see it, probably not going to be working anymore. All right. Oh, I think what's happened is our mobile hotspot has gone into update mode. So it looks like it's updating itself. So we're going to have to actually wait for that. So I don't think there's any point proceeding at this point, because even though the script's downloaded and it's running, it won't be able to install any dependencies. Alright, so you can see that the iPhone is just kind of, in its update cycle, and it's connecting back as it switches on. So I guess we're just going to have to wait this out. So I'll do as much as I can, but I doubt it's going to be able to do much at all. Yeah. I'm just going to exit out of this. Really? Alright. And this should delete the terminal session. Oh, it didn't. Okay, that's smart. So we have this global install thing. Let's kill that. Okay, let's... Okay. Defunct. Okay. So basically, I'm going to have to wait for this mobile hotspot to come back up. So I guess we can maybe demo some stuff on here. Like if we have a local server, right? So let's maybe bring up the terminal on macOS, and we can run BrowserBox locally, although it won't be able to check in with a licensed server. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if we do that. Complaining about the updates. It might actually break completely without internet. I don't know. So let's throw this into here. Okay, starting. Let's check the logs, see what's going on. Okay. Yeah, okay. Invalid license key because it can't check it. Internet disconnected. All right. Why don't we start a little local server, right? Do I have any projects here that we could kind of run for a local server? Let's check it out. Wait, I have an idea. Why don't I run my website, our marketing website? Oh, I guess we're gonna have to use Python maybe. I don't know if I can remember it. Is that right? Really? Python 3 maybe? Somebody help me out here. It's hard to remember all this stuff. Okay. Maybe it's like this. Okay, what are we gonna do? What's the best way we could do this? Okay, so there's no serve. Well, I guess this is just a static site. So we could just throw like a little crazy node server in front of it. I mean, do we even have Express? We don't have Express here. So I'd have to copy across dependencies from somewhere else. What's this GUIs thing? GUIs. Okay, that's that. Well, look at that. Mobile hotspot is coming back online, it looks like. So we could just jump on the internet right now rather than trying to figure this out. But basically, I think it would be interesting to run like a little local server. So why don't we just quickly demo that, because we can install serve. Because I think Node is just updated, right? So let's check if we are... I should go on the VPN here. Okay. So let's try this. Oh, sorry. Now that is a little bit of a bug, isn't it? We should recognize that's a HTTP site. There we go. So look at this. We're browsing locally. Basically, this is a little local server, and we're browsing with BrowserBox locally. I mean, yeah, we do have internet access right now, but we could even switch that off. Like, if I just disconnect the mobile hotspot, this will continue to work, right? So we could reload that. You can see the NordVPN's complaining, but everything still works fine here. So obviously you can see that it's possible to run it, completely isolated from the internet. Still just a regular browser. Right. Okay, so let's go back to our regular demo here. We'll go back into Fedora. Shut down this little thing. Get out of the terminal. Yes, okay. NordVPN's happy again. Well, let's go over to Fedora and restart our install process. So if you remember, there's like a single line install mantra. This for every system that's not Windows. Now, like I said, this is install try number 2 on Fedora because makecert wouldn't install yesterday, some kind of error in our script. So fix that. This is try number 2. Just note it does work on every other kind of CentOS, RHEL flavor, and they're all tested. But just for fun, we had Fedora on parallel, so let's give it a try. Let's see what happens. It's quite slow, isn't it? What is going on with the speed here? I would like to interrupt this connection to like reset my little mobile hotspot stuff here, which probably increase the speed. Whatever. Let's just wait it out. So this is the WebRTC component, which is technically it's optional, but it just improves the speeding dramatically. It improves the streaming. Super slow here on the download. Okay. So we're just modifying some firewall rules that we need here. Okay, so makecert successfully installed that time. Good. I would really like to just like cut out of this and try and reset the network to improve the speed, but I'm not going to right now. Patience is sometimes required. Although I don't like to think of it as patience, because patience means tolerating something unpleasant. So rather than patience, it's more of a shift in perspective. It's like, okay, maybe it's not something to tolerate. Maybe it's an opportunity, right, to enjoy the moment. Think of that. put on a little bit of music here. Yeah, do I have this downloaded? I do. Oh no, no downloads. This one's pretty good. Normally I download these. Alright, so we're proceeding through the installation. May as well just keep going with it. Although it is sort of annoyingly slow. Let's see what happens if I reset this for a second. All right. We might be missing something there because we broke down the... It's a lot faster now after that reset. And did you notice that? It seems we're installing this CentOS thing twice. Custom WebRTC. So we probably only need to install that once, although maybe that's just a NPM thing. I kind of feel like resetting this because I'm not sure if something got broken, but like, okay, let's just assume nothing's broken. We'll just run through it and give it a try. Oh, it seems to be like stuck in some kind of a loop here. Like, I've seen CentOS custom 9 thing 3 times. Like, I don't know what's going on with that. So that could be something for us to look into. Like, what is going on with that? I don't think it's actually stuck in a loop, but like, why would CentOS have to like install 3 times? That seems kind of weird. Sorry, not CentOS. I mean the CentOS like, it's basically a CentOS style build of WebRTC. It's like a custom build here. So we need that to get the latest WebRTC features. So it's just like building a node binding for a WebRTC library, essentially. Okay. So there's no Google Chrome stable. That could be an issue, but hopefully we should be able to recognize Chromium, because I think I saw Chromium get installed before. So this could be some kind of an issue here. I'm not going to bother with this document viewer. Let's just see if we can get the basic installed. Now I'm pretty sure there is no Google Chrome stable on Linux ARM, right? But there should at least be Chromium, and I think that probably works on Fedora. Our browser box should identify and use Chromium, but if it doesn't, I guess we're not going to have it run here. So let's see, does Chromium work here? Chromium browser, I think it is, right? Okay, what's that? Okay, so at least we know the Chromium browser is there, right? Now, I am not a Fedora expert or an expert in this tiny little window manager that is installed in this. Okay, So Google Chrome Stable is not installed, right? I'm just doing a little bit of pre-flight checks here. All right, so let's see, what do we have? Let's get our license key ready, maybe. Okay, license key. Copy this. Oh, how do I paste it? Not your normal shortcut. Let's try that. Let's try that. Yay. Okay. All right, all right. Looks all right. Okay, so we're doing the SE Linux firewall wrangling. Okay. Let's copy this. Now, hopefully it'll run, but I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned about the dependency on Chromium here. I'm not sure if that will be auto-detected. Could cause issues. So let's fire up Firefox and just plug this into Firefox. Now I haven't switched to run yet, so let's just kind of get this here. And while I think of it, let me add a little note for a little bit of a thing to do. No, I'm not logged in. Okay, let's go over to Safari maybe. Okay, logged in. Let's add a little issue here for something to ensure on Windows. Okay, go back to Fedora. So, seems like we have something here. I don't know. I'm feeling iffy about this. Holy crap, it actually works. Well, that's kind of cool. Now, I don't know why the fonts and everything are so tiny here. Some kind of weird retina thing. You know what? I'm going to see if I can maybe fix that. Like, can I fix that in Parallels or something? Just to, like, make it not so crazy tiny? Ah, that's much better. Why would we be invalid license key? I mean, the license key should work because it seems like it was a valid license key. Okay, that's crazy. That's a little bit too big. I think I need to make that smaller. Okay, it's more reasonable. Let's check the logs here. Oh, something about the file hashes and the manifest. that could be a problem of the release. It's plausibly a problem of the release, meaning we may need to press another release. But since we didn't see that on any of the other ones, and the release was the same, let's dig into what that issue is here. So if the manifest is different, we need to run this command. I mean, this is not something you should have to worry about, but I just kind of want to investigate this here quickly as part of this demo. All right. That's actually something we need to add in, because on SE Linux, so we can see that we're creating these kind of files, right? So we actually need to add that to our manifest ignore. I mean, we could create these files somewhere else, but obviously we can just ignore that as well. Yeah, let's just go over to Safari here. Okay. All right, so I think that's a SE Linux thing that's just showing up. All right. So that's going to be there for the rest of the demo. We'll fix that later. So basically, yeah, it works totally fine on Fedora. You know, you get the same thing as what normally. This is what you would see if the license key, or if you didn't have a license key, and it would eventually shut down. You can see, there you go, regular browser. Everything's working as expected. All right, so I think next, now that we've done Fedora, let's basically do some of the remote servers. So we'll show the install and uninstall on there. I mean, I could do the uninstall on this too, but it's sort of a bit boring. I mean, I may as well. Okay, yes, BBX uninstall. Yeah, so it's completely uninstalled. I mean, apart from the dependencies. And how do I shut this thing down? I think it's up here, right? There. So the magic of Bash is what allows us to be so cross-platform, although obviously on Windows we need okay. I think I should be logged in already, right? Really? I need to sign in? All right, sign in. Don't worry, that email address is not exactly confidential. So we've got a couple of machines here. So let's just do the Windows one first for fun. So I think we can remote into that, right? We've got remote desktop. So we'll bring that up, get into that Windows machine, and we'll install BrowserBox in there. All right. So obviously we have installed it already, but let's just run the install again, because this is going to be, you know, the latest version as well. So IRM bbx dusego.com IEX. Much faster now. It's a great thing about these Azure machines. They're often super fast bandwidth, super fast compute. So the point of all this demo is to show you what BrowserBox is, what it does, and to show you that basically it works across any system you could want to install it on. Apart from MS-DOS from like the 1980s or something, you know, you can install it here. But to be honest, there is a text client of BrowserBox as well. And technically you could even write an MS-DOS client, you know, if you had the networking stack. You could write the MS-DOS text client for BrowserBox, and so you could bring ancient computers online via a completely text interface, which is kind of cool. All right, so we're snapping through the install here. Wonder why this computer says 8:30 a.m. Wonder where it is. I don't know. Maybe it's on the East Coast. I don't know. Probably. Yeah, probably. So in Windows, it's all PowerShell scripts rather than Bash. And there's only a tiny bit of Bash that is used. You know, Git is one of the dependencies of the install too. So you get Git Bash. So for the tiny amount of Bash that's used on Windows, you know, that's done. It's just for copying some node-related or static file-related stuff. But it's really minimal. It's mostly like all of this is PowerShell. So we want to add our license key first, I think. And then remember that on Windows for now, you still need to set the environment variable, although license key has expired. Yeah, I got you. So we need to get a new license key. Let me bring that up again. So let's go over here. And now we want to check out what's the option for certify? It is license key. Okay, makes sense. Okay, and now remember, I think we have to set it as an environment variable as well. So that's something that we'll be fixing later on, but it seems like it didn't need it this time. I'm not sure why. probably because it's trying to use the existing ticket, but that's not going to work because that ticket is from an expired license. So we actually need to, I think. Although actually maybe my assumption is wrong here. Let's just get our login link. So how can we find out our login link? Well, we can do this. If we didn't just set it up, so if this login link was created before, how can we get it? Otherwise, it would be output by setup. So hopefully we copied that. Let me just make sure I copied it. It's a bit tricky on remote desktop sometimes. Okay. I'm just going to assume I copied that. Okay, I did. Yay. And now we can see it is completely running here. And I guess we're not in the right region, or we're not logged in or something, so we can't, yeah, we're not logged in, so we can't show videos. But we can see that actually we support Windows Server 2025 as well. So this is Windows Server 2025 right here. Let's see if I can show that somehow. Not sure where I can show that. Here. There we go. Windows Server 2025 Data Center Azure Edition. Okay, so we have BrowserBox running here. I think it's running in Edge. Yeah, but equally we could run it, you know, in Firefox or Safari. Let's see what's happening in India. Always an interesting place. Ah, interesting. So there is a large operation here. I mean, it's not like I want to find out about this, but wow, that is interesting. That's very interesting. So let's see, like just, so everything's working as expected, you know, we can copy text. Okay. So that shows you BrowserBox working on Windows Server 2025. And we can also show you uninstalling on Windows as well. Uninstalling on Windows actually does remove some of the dependencies, except for, I think, Chrome, like, because people may have Chrome installed anyway. that's interesting. Maybe we should wait for that, I guess. And we should probably make it kind of unattended with the, with the uninstall. Now, does it work anymore? It doesn't work. So it completely uninstalls the regular stuff for BrowserBox, except it doesn't uninstall Node.js or Chrome because they're kind of common enough that people might have them or might want to have them anyway. Yeah, so that is basically BrowserBox on Windows Server. Let me just shut down this little Windows Server here. I have to enter a reason for shutting down. That's funny. Yeah, so it's a really good setup where you can run it anything. So that was our Windows. Let's try on Red Hat now. So we've got a little Red Hat here. Just SSH into that. Make sure that we copy our license. We've got our license key there, so I'll just leave it there. What? Plugin missing? That seems ominous. Hopefully that was nothing security related. I think I just hit some random shortcut. Okay, so we're in RHEL. So let's do our install again. Okay, let me make a note of the thing that I need to do here. Windows uninstall should be unattended. Okay, we want to go back to our little system. It's not yet due for renewal. Okay, cool. Setup machine or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? I mean, I think we've already set it up, so we may as well just do it again. I think it's fine. But I think I added a new, in a recent release, like since the last time we ran it on this machine, we added a new fonts thing, I think. I'm not sure if we're picking that up. It might be. Maybe the dependencies for Red Hat need to be tweaked a little bit to make them super Red Hat specific. I mean, I think essentially it works fine anyway, but in a sense, Red Hat is a little bit more comprehensive with its initial setup of dependencies for this. So like some of the ones we're doing are unneeded by Red Hat. I'm not going to bother doing that now. But yeah, that might be something to make a note of. Not right now. Let's see if this works first. So we'll get our license key over here, our product key. I think some expired key that we have over there. So that seems okay. I can't remember which ports we have open, but I'm going to assume it's somewhere in the 8,000 range. So let's just like make some random port. Set it up. Hopefully it's all good. I can't remember if we have anything running before, but just to ensure, like, we'll just stop it, like, in case there's something running from before, like from a previous version or something. So let's copy this link. We'll run bbx. Hopefully it just works properly. It shouldn't have started yet, but soon it will have started. Soon. Here it comes. So now again, you're just connecting to BrowserBox that this time is running on Red Hat. So yeah, nice and responsive there. Let's see if emoji fonts work. Emoji icons. Not sure. Maybe not entirely. So it's a little bit of a font. Okay, I don't know why that failed, but anyway. seems like it might be working, like in terms of the fonts, maybe. This is probably not of great interest to most people, but like, you know, sometimes Linux systems require you to have fonts installed, you know, to have various little pictures from Unicode emojis, right? Let's just check out our... You can also find BrowserBox on Docker Hub too, I think. But I guess it, you know, maybe the SEO is not so great on that. Let's try. That's funny. It should be up here, as far as I know. Here we go. Yeah, okay, so emoji fonts seem to work. Right? Good enough. Okay, so that's BrowserBox running on Red Hat. So well, I guess you can tell that's a Red Hat anyway. And so now let's finally show BrowserBox running on Ubuntu. I don't think we've done that in video 1. That was all local. So again, we want to run our install mantra. We can make sure, like, I think BrowserBox might already be on this machine, so we can uninstall it if it's there. I think it's all uninstalled. We want to do the install mantra. Oh, sorry, wrong one. That one is actually for the Windows. But if you want bash, then you put a little .sh in there. Okay. Excuse me while I get a cup of water while this install runs. I'll just hit enter now. Okay, yeah, I mean, we may as well run the setup machine. It's pretty fast if you already have all the dependencies, so. So the reason we install so many fonts is that so any language, any human language you might want to be browsing the internet in is supported from the get-go. So maybe you want to browse it in Arabic or Chinese or Korean or Japanese or Urdu or Hindi. You know, so we have fonts in there, you know, or Russian. We have fonts in there for everything, basically. I mean, it's just sort of a standard set of fonts for sort of international support, I guess, on Linux. Whereas, you know, in a system like Windows or macOS, you don't have to bother about installing that stuff. It's all handled automatically by the operating system. I'll say that, you know, it's happening in the background, whatever. Okay, so got a little BBX tool here, and then we want to add our license key. Let's just make sure we copied it again. Ah, that's not gonna work. Really, that one doesn't work either? Okay, let me try again. Huh. Well, that is interesting. I have no idea why that says that. Let me just check on the license server here. You know what? I couldn't be bothered to do that. Let's just set it up without a license key for now, and like see why it's running. Maybe it's already expired. I don't know. Or maybe we can just remove this ticket, the old ticket. Although that should happen automatically. Okay, whatever. Whatever, let's not bother about a license key for now and just set it up. Oh, come on. Let's just try to run it. Maybe it'll have a login link already. No. All right, so really that license key is invalid. Let me check, is the license server up? Yeah, license server should be up. How is that key already expired? Maybe we just kind of used too many seats on it. You know what I mean? Like, because we might have left some browser instances open for the demo, and I think it only has a couple of seats on it. That could be why. Alrighty. So we probably need a separate key here. Alright. I just could not be bothered to go in and do this like creation or whatever. But basically, I'll just show you the admin kind of way that we can create a key manually. And if you, it's possible to also have your own license server running, I think, as I mentioned before. So we want to set up a license. Or maybe we just want to like roll the key. All right, let's just roll the key. All right, so we got our new license key here. Okay, so now we can run it. And now we can set it up even. I mean, you can make it whatever port you want. Okay, so copy our login link. Here's run. And paste it up here. Oh yeah, look, that's probably why, because we have... Let's try to run it from this other browser box. Let's try and run our... We can run... Red Hat browser box is going to be running the Ubuntu browser box. Yay, look at that. It's browser box inside browser box. Wow. Okay, so what now? Like, I think we've basically shown everything we wanted to show in this demo. So it's time to upload the videos to YouTube. And this is interesting. Why is there a bandwidth issue? I have no idea. So this is like BrowserBox inside BrowserBox. Let's see what happens if we try to copy a link. Okay, that's because that's on the outer side. Here's the inner side. Oh. I need to get to this inner side. Oh my god. Okay, maybe there's some limitations. Oh, like, I'm not exactly getting that this is working as maybe you'd expect. So we've got to get to the inner one. Come back, inner one. Okay, we got the inner one in here. Anything? No, nothing? Okay. I guess, you know, some things just aren't meant to be. All right. That's funny. That actually kind of makes a funny laugh. But you probably can't hear it because I'm just getting it through my headphones. But I recommend you try that on DuckDuckGo. Okay. All right, anyway. So I don't know why I'm loading this up now, but I have no idea what that is. Okay. Anyway, that is basically the demo of BrowserBox running on all different places where you might want to run it. So head to our website if you want to know more and get yourself a license. Easily install BrowserBox with that one-liner on Windows or any other system in the world. We've shown you today like macOS, Windows Parallels, Fedora in Parallels, Red Hat running on Azure, Ubuntu running on Azure, Windows Server 2025 running on Azure, and we also support back to like Windows Server 2019 as well. So get yourself a BrowserBox, get secure browsing, and reach out to us at sales@deucego.com if you got any questions or you want support. Always here to help and happy to, you know, help you have a good experience with some good software.